YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pick of video. I was thinking of making a really long video and then splitting it in two parts, but I decided, since I have a lot to cover here, to just make this into its own video. So basically what I'm going to show here is something that I've always seen, but I've never actually gotten before. Like I mentioned before, I love Halloween. I love using costumes, and for the most part, I like looking for props. But recently, I've come across a lot of possible costume props at very cheap prices, and it's unfortunately with me, it's kind of like a snowball effect. If I see something that I like, I'll research the history. I'll research what other things exist for what I'm looking for. And I'll make notes. I'll be like, oh, I remember seeing this when I was a kid and wanting it. I'll make a note that I want to look for it. And I see things that look interesting that I can use and adapt for a costume. So I try to look for those things and make a list of that. But recently, I think I've been lucky enough. My wife thinks I've been too lucky and too loose with what I'm buying. But I recently have bought a number of Nerf guns. And this started with this gun that I showed off. This is a Nerf from the Dart Tag series. It's a Nerf gun that I saw cheap at a swap meet, and I bought because I thought this would go great with the Bumblebee helmet that I bought, because it has the same color schemes. It has black and this yellow plastic finish, just like the Bumblebee mask. So I was like, yeah, I can build the Bumblebee costume. I already have the mask, and this would be a good gun. But this unfortunately reminded me that as a kid, I saw a number of Nerf commercials, and they would showcase the guns that, or the blasters, they're called blasters, that they had in the market. And I never really had that much money as a kid, so I wasn't gonna like ask my parents to buy me a Nerf gun, no matter how cool it looked. But, like I said, recently I have come across a number of the cooler guns that I remember seeing way back when, and also some guns that I've been looking up and thinking of ways that I can use for costumes. So, this basically is the one responsible for getting me hooked on trying to get Nerf guns that I can either paint or adapt to my costume ideas. So, this is the one responsible. I like it. I like the design. I have to buy the darts. Oddly enough, the darts are more expensive to get than the freaking guns have been. But yeah, I got this one first. So I bought this, and then I asked my wife if she would ever go to a swap meet to keep an eye out for some guns that I wanted. And this is the first one that she got for me. This is a big ass gun. As you can see, it shoots a lot more. I think this is called the Swarmfire. These Dart Tag don't have names, but this shoots 20, whereas this one would shoot 8. I think it's actually called the Rapid Fire 8, maybe. I don't remember, but this is the Swarmfire, and it fires 20. It runs on 6 C batteries. So basically with 6 C batteries, you turn this thing on. I don't have 6 C batteries right now. You turn this thing on, and it kind of like revs up, and when you press the trigger, it starts shooting Nerf darts like crazy. I don't have the freaking batteries to run this thing, or the darts, but I thought it was really cool as a Bumblebee accessory. This one comes with a stock, which is an additional piece that comes here, so you can, put it here, and then you can shoot straighter. But my wife saw just this without the stock part. But still, I was like, hey, this is really cool. This will work even better for that Bumblebee costume if I ever get around to either buying it or making it myself. Because I have the Bumblebee mask. It's the same color scheme, yellow with black. With pieces of yellow here, so this will work even better for the Bumblebee costume, because it's a nice big gun that I can adapt to that costume. But since my wife got this for me, like I said, I have come across an even bigger number of guns. Now, there are a couple of movie prop guns that I've been trying to look for a very long time. One is the Hellboy Samaritan. I love the Hellboy Samaritan. Judge Dredd's Lawgiver. That's an awesome freaking gun. That's I think the best movie gun I've ever seen because it has, it has a single shot, then automatic, and then it has flare rounds and grenade launchers. That thing is amazing. So I've been trying to look for guns that resemble that so I can spray paint them and have really good accessories. But like I said, I went a little bit overboard and I've bought guns, every type of gun that I can come across, revolvers, shotguns, anything like that. So in the vein of the Samaritan, I was looking for a big-ass revolver. And I found one in the, whoa, almost dropped everything. In the Nerf N-Strike Maverick Rev 6. The Samaritan is a big-ass revolver, but it would have the revolver part over here with the trigger and then a really big barrel. This, unfortunately, is the closest that I've seen from a toy gun that might be adapted to a sort of Samaritan. All I would have to do is just paint this baby black, and I have that. It has a little switch here to release the revolver so you can put in the darts. Then just lock it in. You pull this thing to prime it, and then you would shoot your guns. It's the closest thing, like I said, that I have found that looks like Hellboy's Samaritan. It's not technically the same design. Of course, like I said, this thing, in the Samaritan, this thing would be down here and would have a really big-ass barrel. Like Hellboy said, I'm not a good shot, but with a gun this big, I don't need to be. So, and I've also seen a lot of steampunk communities prefer this gun. They would paint it a copper and then they would add gears and stuff. So this is a very popular gun to mod in the steampunk community. So I like it. I like the design. I like the revolver. I would prefer if it was a little bit more faithful to the Samaritan. But I suppose what I can do is that I can still paint it black and somehow adapt a bigger barrel here. So it would look more like the Samaritan. But I like this one so much that I bought a second one. I have two Nerf N-Strike Mavericks. In case I want to turn this one into the Samaritan and this one into a steampunk gun. Because I've seen a lot of pictures of people modding this with paint jobs and stuff to make it look like a steampunk gun. This is the more popular gun that I've seen. But I just really like the design of this gun. You can dual wield it and stuff like that. So I was super happy when I found this one. But then when my brother went to a swap meet and sent me a message that he found this one, I was like, get them both because these things are so cool that I would love to own two. So I own two N-Strike Maverick Rev 6. So that's something that got me even more hooked because now I was trying to look for a gun that looks like the Lawgiver from Dredd. This next one didn't cost me anything. I found it on one of my trips. It was just there. It's broken. It has a broken part here, but it still works. I put in some batteries, and it also revs up, so it shoots the moment you pull. You do this. So the thing that the way that this would work is that you put a clip here, and as the little gears are revving, you pull this, and that's how you would shoot the darts. But I was thinking that I could spray paint this. I don't know if I should keep it red because I like the red. I would just need to touch up some areas, and but I'm thinking of maybe gluing some other stuff. I have a very complex design idea for this. Plus, I extended a barrel here because the bottom barrel is longer than the top barrel, and that doesn't look right. So I just made this this extension here so that the top barrel looks longer than the bottom one. But I'm thinking of painting a cover here, of gluing a cover here, painting it a different color, adding some stuff at the top to make it more futuristic. So I have a lot of ideas for this, and this one didn't cost me anything. I was like, well, I already have the Mavericks, and this one was free. This one didn't cost me anything. Like, so I found it, so I was like, okay, that won't be so bad. It didn't cost me anything, and I like it. I like the design. It looks very futuristic, and what I'm thinking of adding to this, it'll look even better. But then that's when I started going overboard and buying a bunch of other stuff. I bought this one originally for to spray paint it black, so it would be the Lawgiver, the gun from Dread. What is this one called? The Recon CS6. This thing would have a magazine clip at the bottom, and then you would prime it, and then shoot, and it would shoot the dart. And this one I've seen is the more accessory heavy sort of gun. You could put a stock on the back here, and then an extension. I found an extension in a swap meet, so this would go like this, and you can extend it like that, and add a stock here, and the magazine, and it has these tactical rails, so you can add a scope, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can add a grip here. So this gun right here, you can mod it and adapt it and add to it and make a big ass gun. But like I said, the reason I bought this one is because I have the idea of spray painting it black, adding some paint decals here, seeing what I can do to make this into the Lawgiver from Dread. It kind of looks like the gun. So I was happy with this one, as it was. But, again, another time that I went to the swap meet, I came across a couple of more guns. My brother actually found this one. In the picture that he sent me, it looked a lot cooler, looked bigger, but you know, when I actually went to see him and pick it up, it looks a lot smaller than it actually was. This part was red. I didn't like the way it looked, so I painted it black with a silver top here, so it looks more in line with the color scheme. Then the thing that this would do is that you would put like a foam rocket here, and then you would just pump this thing and just send the damn thing flying. But of course, it doesn't come with the rocket, so that functionality is kind of pointless. So what I did is that I cut up a tube, painted that blue, and then just started kind of like putting a little bit of black. So again, it kind of fits more with the color scheme. So now it's a slightly larger sort of gun. It's no longer a rocket launcher, but I like it as a sort of assault rifle. This one doesn't shoot anything. It doesn't have a trigger. This one is entirely for costume purposes. So I have some sort of, maybe a flamethrower. Actually, that looks better. This could be a flamethrower. I connected some sort of wire here to a tube thing. It could be a flamethrower. I actually like that idea better. So yeah, a flamethrower. So I bought this one, and then I also bought this one. This one looks a lot better with a stock, but this is kind of like a little submachine gun. This one works with batteries. You put in the batteries here. This is called the Barricade RV10 because it holds 10 darts. It has a little door here in case the darts get jammed. It has a security button there so that when you turn that thing on, it starts revving, and then you just pull the trigger and you start shooting the darts. I thought this one was cool. As a submachine gun, again, spray painted black or silver, and I have a nice looking submachine gun, but it does look better with the stock. It does give it a more complete look, but I thought this one was cool. You know, if I'm going for gun variety, I have to have a submachine gun. And then I found this one. This is a Star Wars blaster. This doesn't shoot darts. It's just a prop from Star Wars, and it does have sound effects. And this thing, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it out, but it lights up. It has a copy date of 2004. So I don't have any idea when this might have come out, but I liked it because it's a Star Wars gun. I already have a Clone Trooper gun, but this looks a little bit more beefy, and it actually has sound effects. So I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, so I saw this and I have to get it because it's freaking freaking Star Wars. Of course I'm gonna get it. So then I went and bought this one. This one is a Zombie Strike. Nerf produced this line of guns that are sort of like zombie apocalypse guns. You have a whole bunch of guns, but this is a disc gun. What you do is that you put it on the disc here, like so, and then this little thing will prime, and then you just pull the trigger back, and once that's done, you pull this trigger, and it will shoot a little disc, and it has a spot for 3 additional discs here. This is called the Ripshot. This gun I bought because I'm thinking of doing a Star-Lord sort of gun, and this kind of looks like Star-Lord's gun. Nerf actually produced an official Star-Lord blaster, but I've never seen that one. If I come across it, I might pick it up. But this one looks enough like Star-Lord's gun that it merits a purchase, and that's why I bought this one, because it looks kind of, if I paint it differently, it'll look like Star-Lord's gun. So that's the reason why I picked this one up. But then on another one of my travels, I bought this one because I wanted an assault rifle looking gun. And this is the Retaliator. This is from the Nerf Elite line. This is basically, where is it? This is basically a beefed up version of the Recon. It's the same principle, it's the same design, just prime it, and then you would shoot the darts. But this one I found with the stock. This is a stock that would go on most of the guns. Like I said, I need to find another one of these for this one, but if you click it there, this one looks a little better, looks a little cooler, I think. And then you would just put it here. So you have a stock here, so you can shoulder it. It has the barrel extension, transparent blue, just like this one, and it has this drum. You could put a magazine. Nerf has magazines for 6 darts, 8 darts, 12 darts, banana mags, and these drum things that can carry 35 darts. So just, if you want this to look really beefy, which is why I put it here, you have a big ass drum gun that functions as an assault rifle for cosplay. So that's why I bought this one, and it was super dirt cheap, really really cheap. I got this for about $2, give or take. So I was like, yeah, for $2, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy a cool looking assault rifle sort of thing. Again, oddly enough, the darts are the more expensive things to buy, but I thought this was really cool. I keep it blue, just take away these warning stickers, and it looks cool. It feels good. There's a grapple attachment that you can get separately, so you can grab it like that. But I like it. I like it. It also has this, this flipping side. And they have a whole bunch of accessories for these tactical rails, like I said, scopes and laser sights and all sorts of really cool stuff. But like I said, I'm trying to go for gun variants for costumes, and a assault rifle is always cool to own because you could be like, and if I want to go like a kick-ass Call of Duty costume, now I have an assault rifle variant. So that's why I bought that. But then, my brother found this. It's a shotgun. You always have to have a shotgun, or a boomstick. The way that this one works is that you push this lever here, and then you release it. You put in some darts in there, close it, and it's a double-barrel shotgun. And shoots 2 barrels, or 2 darts. I'm sorry. This is the Barrel Break 9-2, and it's a shotgun. You always have to have a shotgun. This is a sort of double-barrel sawed-off shotgun. So if I ever find a toy chainsaw, I can make a hole on it and put it in one hand, and I have my boomstick, and I can cosplay as Ash from the Evil Dead. So I just need to get a freaking toy chainsaw, make a hole of it to put my hand in, and then I can cosplay as Ash Williams, and that would be amazing. But you have to have a shotgun. I would like to get the longer shotgun, the one that, you know, like, you just open up and put in ammo and then just close it up like that, and with a pump action thing, so you'd be like. But this is a great looking gun. My brother actually wanted to keep this gun because he thought it was so super cool. But you always, you know, if you're costuming, you need a shotgun of any kind. If you, like I said, are going for an Ash Williams sort of costume, you need a shotgun. So I was with that, and then I found this one. This is the Nerf Vigilon. This one also works with discs. Now this one was a pain in the ass to get to work because I saw that inside the barrel thing, it had this stupid wooden thing just jamming it, so I couldn't pry it out. I had to take away all the screws, try to open it so I wouldn't break the damn thing, and eventually, after a lot of effort, I got the thing out. And this one's cool because if you press this lever here, the things come out. But it has an internal magazine. So you put the discs, just fell out. You put a disc here, close it, and then you can prime it, and then it shoots. The thing about this one is if it doesn't have any discs, you can't prime it. But I thought this one was even a beefier version of the Recon. Like I said, my plan is to paint this one black and have it be a Dread gun, the Dread Lawgiver. But this one looks a little bigger. It is a lot bigger, and I think it looks like an even better design for the Lawgiver. Just paint this baby black, put in some details. Somehow I can maybe put in a sticker here, like the meter that it uses, and I have myself a pretty kick-ass Lawgiver from Dread, because I freaking love that gun. That gun is by far the best gun I've seen in movies. It's voice activated, not this one, but the one in Dread is voice activated. You could be like rapid fire, and the gun just plows, and then you could be like flares, and it will shoot a flare, or stuff like that. I freaking love the Lawgiver, and that's why I'm trying to look for something that looks like it, and it's between these two. I think I'll go with this one. This one is also a pretty good option, so I bought these two for that reason. And then my brother found this. This is not a gun. This is just a prop for the Green Lantern movie. When the Green Lantern movie was announced, I forget who did this. Mattel. The Nerf guns are from Hasbro, I think, and Mattel released a line of toys. They released a mask with a glowing ring, and they released the charging battery that would shoot like little darts, and then they made this thing. This is supposedly a construct. If you don't know Green Lantern uses his green willpower ring to create constructs. And this is like that. It has the Green Lantern fist here, with the Green Lantern ring there, has a Green Lantern symbol there, and what this would do is that it would shoot little plastic discs. But if you press the lever here, this thing turns. So it's kind of like a mini, a palm minigun, which I thought was pretty cool. And it also has lights up. So it lights up the Green Lantern ring, and at the top, it also lights up. So every time you push the lever to make this thing spin, it makes a gun sound. And then it has another setting where if you do it, and I thought that was pretty cool. My brother found this one cheap. Again, he sent me a picture, and I'm like, well, it's not a gun, so that'll be okay. Has a little scope sight there. So this is basically just a prop. In case you haven't seen, noticed in my videos, I like the Green Lantern emotional spectrum. I have every one of the Green Lantern rings, so I thought it was pretty cool as a comic book prop. I already have the Green Lantern ring. I could just buy a Green Lantern shirt, make a mask, and I can go dressed up as Green Lantern with a Green Lantern construct minigun. And I thought this was pretty cool because, like I said, it looks perfect for a Green Lantern cosplay. It's just an amazing little gadget thing that my brother found. And the other thing he found was this one. Now I'm looking for a crossbow gun. If you see The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon has a crossbow gun. Basically, it's just a gun. It would be like this. It's a gun that has a crossbow setting here, and it would shoot darts. This one is the Hawkeye crossbow gun. This one was released when the first Avengers movie came out. The name of this is the Big Bad Bow. Basically, what you do here, you don't actually pull the string like you would do a bow. What you do here is that instead, you prime it like this. Then you just put an arrow. It came with 3 arrows. It has a little scope sight here, and the string here is like the crosshairs. And then you just shoot, and it would shoot the arrow. I've been looking online, and there are some ways to turn this into a dart gun. This thing shoots like little. They're not arrows, and they're kind of like foam missiles, but very thin foam missiles. But there are some mods I've been looking that you can take away this thing and just put in a PVC little tube, and then it would shoot darts. So that would be something I would like to do for this. But this is a crossbow, because you know, if I want to cosplay as Hawkeye, all I would need to get is some cool glasses, some purple clothes, and on Halloween I can crossbow as Hawkeye. You know, like, I see him, and then just shoot the hell out of Chitauri. So I like this one as a comic book prop. But of course, the one that I'm looking for is a crossbow gun, similar to, like I said, the one Daryl Dixon used, and Nerf does have a number of those. Even in the Zombie Strike series, they did come out with a crossbow gun that looks almost exactly like the one that Daryl Dixon uses. But this, like I said, it's not a gun, so I don't break any no gun. I don't have to feel guilty for buying this thing because it's not a gun, it's a crossbow. And it's a comic book accessory, so it's awesome. You just prime it, and then you shoot. And I don't know how I've seen videos, like I said, on YouTube, that this thing, once you take off the this thing and you put a dart in, it shoots like crazy. This thing it has a really powerful spring mechanism, so yeah, that would be really cool to do and actually start shooting darts. But like I said, the darts, oddly enough, are the most expensive things. A 30 pack of darts costs you $10, and all in all, despite all the guns that I found and bought, I don't think I've spent more than $20. I really don't. You know, right now we do have a more expensive exchange rate, but even with that, and showing off everything that I've shared here, I have not spent more than $20 on these things, and now I have to buy darts, and those things are going to be freaking expensive. But like I said, have I gotten a little carried away? Yes, I will freely admit I do think I've gotten carried away with buying these guns. But the more I get into it, I'm looking at videos on YouTube, and There's a whole bunch of tutorials on how to mod the guns, how to make them more powerful, how to paint them so they look cool for costume props. And there's this really whole community in the industry. I don't think I'll be able to, mod something to make it bigger. I don't have the technical skills to do so. I'm barely practicing how to paint stuff. But like I said, if I get the hang of it, if I can paint stuff better, I think I can turn stuff into some really awesome comic book costume props. Like, for example, this one and this one. I would love to paint these things to look like the Lawgivers from Dredd. Because that's my favorite movie gun ever. So yeah, these things, and then the Hellboy Samaritans. I would love to be able to paint those babies black and make the extension so it looks spot on like Hellboy Samaritan. I'm not thinking of buying anything else. I would like to buy that crossbow gun. If I want to cosplay like Daryl Dixon. And a sniper gun. I would actually love to own a sniper gun because if I need something like that for a costume, I would love to get that. And also a smaller, sort of assault gun. I painted that sapper gun silver, and I'm pretty happy with that. But in anime, I would love to find something that looks like the gun that Helsing uses. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's a gun, but it has a really ridiculous barrel, but it looks badass. And the other one I would like to get and make is Ebony and Ivory, the two guns that Dante from Devil May Cry uses. That's basically all I'm going for right now. I just want to get some handguns that look like Ebony and Ivory, and a sniper rifle, and the bow gun, so I can cosplay as Daryl Dixon. But yeah, this is not something that I'm gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy every Nerf gun that I find. There's one gun that I would like to buy that I've seen. It's not very practical, and I've seen that it kind of sucks, but the functionality of it is pretty cool. On the N64, there was this game called Perfect Dark, and that gun was kind of like a briefcase, and then you would hit a button and it would deploy into a gun, and it looked cool. And there's something called the Nerf Deploy, which looks like a briefcase sort of thing that you press a button and it turns into a gun, and it has a little flashlight thing, and it comes with a magazine. That one looks cool. I might track that one down. There's also something called the Long Shot, which is the assault rifle that I would like to get somewhere, if I can find it, of course. And I've seen the crossbow gun in a number of versions. There's an elite crossbow gun, and then there's the zombie crossbow gun. But Nerf just has an insane amount of gun variations. It has things that shoot darts. It has things that shoot little discs. They released the Rival series, which is these big-ass guns that shoot rubber balls. But I don't want to get every single gun. I just want to... I know I've gun carried away, but I want to work on finding specific types of guns. Guns that I can paint and mod, and to make them look like the comic book or movie props that I would like to get, but I haven't, like except the Lawgiver or the Samaritan. So yeah, that's basically what I'm shooting for. So I've gone on, and I've talked about Nerf guns for, I don't know, like half an hour. I just wanted to share the pickups, my latest obsession that I think I've been lucky because I have come across a lot of cheap guns. Like I said, I don't think that I've spent more than $20 on all of this. I found these things super cheap, and that's the reason why I think I got carried away, because I've never found or seen so many of these things so cheap. So that's a big factor with me. If I get obsessed with something and it's easily accessible and it's cheap, I'll buy it. Because again, it has so many costume possibilities. I would love to turn this into the Samaritan. Love it. just so cool. Just have to buy the freaking darts. But yeah, just wanted to share these pickups, this latest obsession. If I can get those three sort of guns, the briefcase gun, the crossbow gun, and the sniper rifle, and the handguns to paint like ebony and ivory, I'd be good. I would have a very decent armory. So yeah, that's all I have to say on the matter. Like always, thanks so much for watching. If you like Nerf guns, if you've ever played Nerf guns, if you've seen a Nerf gun that you think is cool, you want to send a pic my way, I greatly appreciate it. Just like I said, wanted to share some recent pickups with you guys, and I hope you enjoy this. I'll probably make some video updates on how I end up painting either this or this to make it look like the Samaritan and the Lawgiver, just like I did with the Nest gun, because it's something that I would love to practice and get a better handle on. But like I said, I'm gonna stop talking because I think I'm rambling now. Like always, thanks so much for watching, guys, and until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78 signing out.